listening to episode 32 of the official WNS Podcast. For all your info, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com or find us on Facebook by searching WrestlingNewsSource.com or WNS Podcast. Now, here are your hosts, Daniel Herron, Tyler Abear, and Cousin Doug.
That's right. What's up, everyone? I am Daniel Herron.
I'm Tyler Abear.
It's Doug.
That's right. Welcome you to episode 32 of the official podcast for WrestlingNewsSource.com. For all your information, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com. Check us out on Facebook by searching WrestlingNewsSource.com. WNS Podcast. Also on YouTube by searching WNS Video. And find us on iTunes by searching Wrestling News Source Podcast.
And for Twitter, for us, it's at WNS Podcast. Doug, I'll let you have the last one.
No.
And for the main page.
And for the main
WNS
page.
Source.
You want to try that again?
Do it again.
For the
Quit
main
jacking.
page. For the main page, WN Source.
That's right.
WN Source.
We want to send a special congratulations, thank
Pepsi
you
fan.
out to Pepsi Fan 24
Thank you,
for
man.
sending that in to us. And
Very cool. We appreciate it, dude.
Winner for episode 32.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Gotta get some more entries in there. Yeah, give them a round of applause for that.
You
one.
don't really get chicken dinner, but we are
Pepsi fan.
applauding you.
Pepsi fan. 24?
24. Yeah.
24.
Heck yeah. So there we go. So yeah, winner of for this week's contest. Submit your question, or not your questions. Submit your auditions on our YouTube page, WNS Video, if you want to check that out.
Noah.
Big weekend going on for us, guys. We had a lot to talk about. We have SummerSlam. If you didn't hear from the opening theme, which is "Bright Lights, Bigger City" by CeeLo Green, who also performed at SummerSlam. So, I mean that wasn't too bad.
You think like half of the people were like, man, Big Daddy V lost weight?
Absolutely, he did.
And he can sing.
Yeah, he was wearing a shiny robe. So
No, I like CeeLo, though.
yeah, no, I'm definitely a fan of CeeLo Green. So that was.
I've been down since the Goody Mob, son.
Oh, there you go. I don't know
What?
any of his stuff. Sorry. So.
He was in Goody Mob.
Oh, okay, cool. But yeah, SummerSlam happened this past Sunday. For those of you who didn't get to catch it, we'll run down the card a little bit for you. Starting off with Miz, R-Truth, and Alberto Del Rio taking on John Morrison, Kofi Kingston, and Rey Mysterio. And what did you guys think about this match?
It was just a match. They just put them together because they had nothing for them for SummerSlam.
It was definitely just an impromptu matchup, and kind of just threw them all together. And I was busy eating my wings, so I mean, people were saying it was a pretty good matchup.
I was drinking like $6 Shiner Bock, which is ridiculous.
That was.
$6.
And they didn't even have the dollar beer that
Yeah.
they offered at the end of it.
Keystone Light or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. That's
Legit.
ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
How are you gonna say, "Hey, we have dollar beer," and then we're sold out? That's just unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
But yeah,
Cousin Doug
Before
is
you know
not
it, the
happy.
match was up.
yeah. I mean, the match is over whenever we look up at the TV to see what's going on.
After I
I'm
finish
sitting
my
there.
burger.
I'm eating my Cajun wings and French fries. Those fries are so good.
Yeah, I had a Bernie burger.
Yeah. Who goes to, dude?
We need some fans in this area for me to drink with, because I always feel like a lonely drunk guy.
Well, we had some members of the GCPPW there hanging out with us. And
The lovely Jenna Elise had a beer with me.
absolutely. There you go. So, but yeah, SummerSlam was occurring while all of this was happening.
While we were dissing Richard Cranium.
Yeah, dude, that guy's an ass.
I'm not too fond of senior official
Get down, Dave Brown.
Dave Brown anymore either.
Yeah, dude, he was bagging on you
I don't know, man.
throughout the whole night.
What to do?
But but anyways, back to the matchup. Miz, R-Truth, Alberto Del Rio, John Morrison, Kofi Kingston, Rey Mysterio. Guys, what did y'all think of this matchup?
Yeah,
Just a match,
time filler.
pretty much.
Agreed.
Yeah, I don't even remember who ended up winning.
It was who got the win? It was actually Mysterio got the win.
It was
on
the faces.
Oh, okay.
On-
Face team.
Miz.
Nah,
Or was it R-Truth?
I think he pinned Truth. I might be mistaken though.
Hmm.
Man, we really paid attention.
But I know
Yeah.
Mysterio did get the win.
Okay, so the faces did get the win.
Yes.
Not too bad. So just sort of just a time filler on that one.
Yeah, they only had like what?
They only announced 5 matches prior to, and they had what was it, 6 or so? So, I mean,
they had to kill some time.
Yeah, got to get something going on there. I guess not everyone knows CeeLo Green too much, so you can't have him do too many songs.
Yeah,
with the heels wearing heels.
They should do a match between CeeLo Green and D'Lo Brown.
Who would officiate that? Eric Young. Yeah. Hey, he got it confused. Leave me alone. So moving on, we also had Wade Barrett going up against Daniel Bryan in a pretty good technical match, I guess. It was a pretty solid match, and Wade Barrett getting the victory over Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
And
it was an okay match, and I know like usually the heel goes over first, like in a feud.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no need to continue a feud if the baby wins right off the bat. But I don't know. I just feel like Dragon should have went over. I think I really wouldn't even see him like in a long-term feud right now. I'd rather see him like month-to-month feuds with like one guy going over them, with authority, just to build him.
Mm-hmm.
I wish he would have gone over.
Yeah, well, they also had him lose to Alberto Del Rio on SmackDown,
which I was really pissed about. I don't know if anybody checks the Facebook page on Friday nights. I work a lot of Saturdays, so I'm usually home on Friday nights. So yeah, I was talking about that. Nobody responded.
We'll go into a little detail about.
Well,
about
I mean,
that.
it's just like both of those guys needed to look strong at that point, and why would you book 2 guys in a match that need to look strong against each other? And not only that, but they jobbed him clean.
Yeah.
And then they had Barrett come out to attack him, which, like, the sensible thing, in my opinion, to do is to have Barrett disrupt the match, cost Dragon the match. That way he doesn't have to he doesn't, have to lose clean.
Mm-hmm.
And Del Rio doesn't look any weaker out of it, and then Dragon doesn't look weak. Do you guys think this is making Dragon look weak, these losses?
I think that they're going to try and make Daniel Bryan look weak over the next few months. So that way people will say, maybe he's going to be the first to lose. Maybe this and that, you know.
He's not.
Well, I mean, I think that would happen because, well, I think the reason why is that so he can win at WrestleMania. Like have him go out every week, lose or something. Well, maybe not every week, but over the course of time, make him look like he cannot win a solid match. Like from start to finish, he can't win. Like he'll have good offense, he'll get close, but for some reason or another,
that sound familiar?
They did that the first 6 months of his WWE career.
Yeah,
I know. That's what I was about to say. Does that sound familiar? Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like build it to where it seems like he can't win, like he can't pick up a victory. So they're going to be like, maybe people will pressure him. Hey, just do like everyone else, attack, whenever the champ is weak or something like that. That's the easiest way to do it, But he'll say, no.
But if there was ever a clean-cut, like, white meat baby face, it's like Daniel Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the only way to play it with him.
Yeah. But, I mean, that would be, like, his one, that would be a way for him to build him up like that, is to say, oh, well, he can't win, so why should he challenge?
I think that's, like Tyler said, that's really reminiscent of his, like, NXT stuff and
the first
get
people
months.
Wondering, well, like the people who never followed him before, why do they even like this guy?
Yeah,
be a coal miner. So, but yeah, Wade Barrett goes over Daniel Bryan for SummerSlam.
But do you see this feud going anywhere, Daniel?
Going anywhere? No. They might continue it a little bit, but other than that, I think it was just a way for Wade Barrett to say, "Oh, I won, ha 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 ha! I'm the bad guy, ha ha."
And to be on the card.
And to be on the card, yeah. But other than that, I don't really see them going anywhere with it.
Well, like the thing about their feud is like neither of them are really made guys, and to like make another guy, you have to be a guy. I mean, does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, I said it stupidly, but
have to go up against someone who's already there to bring them up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or they can fight each other and make each other. I don't know. Something like that. So, but yeah, not too bad. So those were the 2 matches we did not get to make our picks on.
Right.
And moving on into Mark Henry versus Sheamus, and this one was the questionable one that I threw out the wild card saying.
Didn't we also talk? we talked about this match just like we talked about Daniel Bryan, like needing to look strong. Where both
Yes.
these guys need to look
Yeah,
strong.
both of them had kind of worked it. They had worked it into a corner as far as doing this.
Do you guys
But,
think this affects Sheamus?
No, I think the way that they ended it, it makes it okay
Yeah.
because he was close to getting back into the ring,
Right.
you know. So it's like, wow, he is.
It wasn't.
you know,
He didn't get pinned or submitted.
exactly.
So,
That's kind of where I saw them going. But I didn't pick a winner. I said, you know, it'd probably be a double count out instead of Sheamus just getting counted out. But overall, you know, two big guys just
beating the
wailing
crap out of
away at each other. Yeah, a pretty enjoyable match.
yeah.
Um,
I like both those guys. So.
yeah, you know, I mean, Mark Henry for his size, you know, looks pretty good. Sheamus looked pretty good. It was pretty much ebony versus ivory in that one, you know.
Do you see them going at it again?
Possibly. I'm not sure when. It'd probably be just a SmackDown matchup or something like that because the next pay-per-view is Night of Champions, so they're not going to have any room for regular matches. But I'm sure they'd make some for whatever occasion.
What was your call, Tyler?
I thought I did.
I know I went
Mark
with Henry.
Henry.
Yeah.
I think y'all both did Mark Henry, and I did the wild card double count out or no winner.
Right.
But yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was a very good ending as Mark Henry picked up Sheamus, slammed him into the ring pole.
Do y'all feel like they've been doing those kind of spots too much lately? Specifically with Mark Henry and like Big Show and all those like crashing through the stage, crashing through the barricade,
through the barriers,
the
and all that.
car,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Because
you do that too much, it like loses its effect. You know.
So I'm saying like with the big guys have been.
Yeah, I
doing
mean,
it.
sometimes what lessens it for me is like whenever they changed camera angles and there just happened to be a guy behind the barricade.
right.
That's what lessens it for me is the presentation of it. If you don't have someone over there to catch the action, you know, it's more realistic because they weren't planning this. But you know, whenever you have someone in that particular place, like it just happens to be like the angle between Randy Orton and Triple H getting ready for WrestleMania 25 whenever they were supposedly in Randy Orton's home.
Right.
And you know, they had the interview going on, so that explains the camera being in the house. But then whenever they tussled through the house and went out through the window, there was a camera outside waiting to watch them go through the window. And that's what lessens the appeal for me. So, you know, I'm okay with them doing it, just make it seem more realistic, like it's unplanned.
Right.
Like, don't have someone standing by with a camera, you know, because people are going to be like, why is this guy standing next to me holding this camera? And then, like, you know, 2 minutes later, they go crashing through the barricade. Oh, okay. Well, there we go. I should have seen that one coming. But one guy who did not see that coming as they went through the barricade was that poor security guard.
Yeah, I know,
Dude,
right?
he had to bolt out of there. He almost got thrown, you know,
Nobody
5 or 6
tipped
rows
that
back.
guy off.
Yeah. I felt so bad for him. I also felt bad for some of the fans because it looked like the barricade.
It looked like someone almost got their leg caught underneath.
Yeah. A couple people in the front row definitely
They
got
were freaking
smushed by
out.
that barricade and were flipping out. And that one guy you pointed out, Tyler.
That's where my attention went whenever that happens. That one dude, I was like, "Look at that guy."
So hopefully there's not going to be any lawsuits going on for that one. I mean, if I were in that seat, I would probably take the advantage. Oh, my shin.
I'm such a mark though. I would take advantage of it like in the wrong way. Like I wouldn't ask for all this money. I'd try
All right,
to
let
get
me
like
meet
some
these guys.
Yeah.
And get me a T-shirt or
Yeah.
something. Let me have some stickers or some fruit roll-ups, something like that.
You get
Ice cream bars or something. So Mark Henry, your winner via count out over Sheamus. Not too bad. A pretty enjoyable match overall. Moving on into the next match, we had Kelly versus Beth Phoenix, and
in which just before the match started, I predicted the last podcast that Eve would be coming out with Kelly, and Natalya will be with Beth Phoenix.
yeah.
True, but we all called Beth and we're all wrong.
Yeah, that's because they decided to go the more unrealistic way, I guess, of writing it. I mean, I can kind of understand why they want to make Kelly seem like she can wrestle and she can do all these things. I mean, you know, she is athletic. She is, you know, fairly talented. But let's be on the realistic side. If this were an actual fight, Kelly would be down. Like,
No doubt.
this would have been one of those squash matches
Yeah.
that everyone would have been looking forward to.
Best cut, dude, man.
Yeah.
I don't usually go for cut chicks either, but like,
Oh yeah.
I think I'm kind of into Beth.
Dude, she's been my favorite for.
Punk's
No, I mean,
going for a
I've
long
always
time.
liked her as a wrestler, but I don't usually go for I don't usually think muscly chicks are cute.
Yeah.
But I think her and Natalia
Punk's
are
with
both,
that.
They both
Punk's
look great.
Punk's hitting that.
Yeah. Lucky bastard.
Heels to Jesus.
But yeah, Kelly going over Beth Phoenix. What did you guys think about this match? You know.
It was okay. I mean, I was really underwhelmed with the pay-per-view entirely. Like match wise.
Yeah. Like it just didn't have like a strong build, you know, especially coming from the last pay-per-view being Money in the Bank, like, you know, such a high pay-per-view and stuff like that. Then you go
Every
over,
match on the card was great.
yeah. And then you have SummerSlam, which is supposed to be how Money in the Bank was booked, as having those big matches and all that. And it just didn't really have it. I mean, it wasn't a bad pay-per-view, it just wasn't like anything.
Well, it's like they're
spectacular.
trying to make like SummerSlam the WrestleMania of the summer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and then Mania is always about like the entertainment stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
usually not the best wrestling cards are held at WrestleMania.
It seemed like it was trying to be like WrestleMania 2.0 or something like that. So, yeah,
I didn't feel like it was.
Yeah. And, you know, I mean, I'm glad that they gave the Divas match longer than like 2.5 minutes, but it should have been Beth going over Kelly on that one, because they had this whole Divas of Doom going on now, and
I guess it's their way of continuing it. So
yeah, I mean a little bit, but
a little bit until it finally happens and Beth runs her over.
yeah. So we'll have to see where it goes. Moving on into the World Heavyweight Championship match, Randy Orton versus Christian in a no holds barred match.
Well,
And
the beginning of the match, Christian gets on the mic and calls out his best friend, which there were some people were saying, well, before best friend, like, I got someone coming out here, and there was some people at Wings Ago saying Tomko.
Yeah.
But no.
He was the problem solver.
Well, it didn't happen. But Edge came out rocking a shorter hairdo,
Mm-hmm.
and just pretty much just saying that Christian's a bitch.
That's one way of putting it. Yeah. Another one would say he's a whiny little bitch.
Whiny little CLB.
Yes.
Well, he didn't say that, but
Creepy little
You guys
bastard.
watching this Haven crap that's on after SmackDown that he's on?
No.
I heard about it, but I haven't watched it.
Doesn't look very good.
Then
Did he spear someone?
About the spear. Yeah.
so much violence going on here. A little bit of rage going on there.
Yeah.
We'll get on the topic of rage in a
It's
little
silent,
bit.
though.
Yeah. Very nice. So Randy Orton going over Christian to regain the championship belt. I know I said I wanted this feud to end, so I picked Christian on this one. But I should have gone with Randy Orton, but I went with what I want rather than what I thought.
I think I went with Christian. Yeah, I went with Christian.
I went with Orton.
Yeah. Yeah, bragging rights for Doug
Sorry
again.
about your luck.
So, all in all, what did you guys think about this match? It had kendo sticks, it had trash cans, it had steel steps, broken tables, just about
broken tables.
yeah, or 8 broken.
Set up the table. Oh, it's broken. We'll put it in the corner. It'll be good.
It had just about everything that they could have in
I
one
just
of
wasn't
these kind of
feeling it, man.
matches.
I don't know. I didn't like it.
Yeah,
Didn't dig it.
I think that Orton should have given that chair shot to the head for Christian, just to add that oh my gosh moment,
Chair shots are banned.
Because-
to the head, they're banned.
Yeah, but I mean, it was all right, but it was mostly just let's just trash the place and then trash each other. And
Yeah.
my question was, why was Christian jumping off the middle rope whenever the steel steps were right where he was going to land? Like what was he planning other than for an RKO?
I don't know.
Like it
Know your role
it
and get
didn't-
RKO'd.
yeah, it didn't lead for anything other than the ending. So I wasn't too thrilled with that one. But I mean, it was nice to see just a good brawl, I guess. But all in all, Randy Orton's the champ again, and we're probably going to see Christian versus Randy Orton again.
Seriously, man, he is so stale. he needs some time off, or they need to take him out of the main event. I know I said this exact same thing last week, but it's true. I mean, are you excited at all to see Randy Orton in any way?
No,
Not really.
I think they're just building up his title count like they do with Cena and they did with Edge a few years ago. You know, they just build them up, and I don't know. I'm not digging it. What about you, Todd?
I'm not digging it either. They should have kept the belt. For me, I thought they should have kept the belt on Christian.
Christian was fresh, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like the fans wanted it too.
And then how long was this reign? The second one was a month.
A month, yep.
You guys think this is over?
With Christian?
Yeah.
No.
No.
They're
I
gonna
don't think so,
they're gonna continue it because obviously Christian gets his rematch,
Right.
but I'm just not digging it. I'm ready for it to be over with.
See, I hate to say that I am ready for it to be over, but I hate to say that because I always complain about how like fans these days have such short attention spans that they can't take like a prolonged feud. But it's just Orton that does it for me. I'm sick of seeing Orton, man. I need Orton off my TV for a while.
Well, what it is for me is like I want those long feuds, but I want
too.
there to be like the passion in it,
Right.
and I don't want it to have to revolve around the belt because all the belt does is add up, how many championships they have. It just gives them another reason to fight. That's it.
Right.
Like, okay, you beat me, but my contract gives me a rematch clause, so we're gonna fight again. Like, what are they gonna do next? At Night of Champions, which I'm assuming that's where the fight's gonna take place. What are they gonna do? Is it gonna be an Iron Man match or a ladder match or a cage match or they've escalated it so much that a traditional one-on-one match is not going to be enough.
Well, see, like in traditional Lee, like match with these kind of stipulations are typically the blow off. You know, like where do like that should have been the blow off match if they're gonna have it like that.
Exactly. That's why I felt like they should have ended the feud.
It's like TNA booking. It's like you start the feud with like a cage match and. Or just a Thursday night match for whatever,
So, but yeah, I mean, where do you guys?
Not that started the feud, but I'm just saying, it should have ended it.
Yeah. Do you guys think that Christian might say, "I'm going to cash it in on like SmackDown or something," and Randy Orton gets the win, and that's when Mark Henry steps in?
I don't know.
I think that's the only.
I kind of feel like Christian will get screwed out again.
Yeah. I mean, I think maybe the only thing I can see happening here is maybe like a triple threat. Maybe they build up to that for Night of Champions.
Well, where does Christian go if once this is over, if he doesn't regain the belt? Sheamus?
Sheamus, yeah. I mean, it's the same thing for Randy Orton. Where does he go if he's out of the title hunt?
Right.
So, I mean, there's nothing for either of them to do right now.
That's an even like weirder position if Orton actually is out of the title hunt because they've booked it to where he would have to feud with Henry.
Yeah. Because
you don't want to do face-face. There's no money in face-face.
Yeah, that's why I think like maybe a triple threat would probably be the best option because maybe at Night of Champions you have Christian versus Orton versus Henry. Henry gets the win, like maybe by pinning Christian. So
do you think they have that kind of faith in Henry?
I don't know. I mean, they've been slow building him for a while and stuff like that.
They seem to be really high on him because they've had him take out like everybody, all the big guys.
So
he took out Show, he took out Kane, he took out Sheamus, but in a way that Sheamus is still like legitimate, like guy.
But like the way that I see it, maybe say, okay, we're going to determine a new number one contender, Sheamus versus Mark Henry. So Sheamus loses again or something like that. Well, we don't have to have that, but regardless, Mark Henry, Christian, and Randy Orton in a triple threat for the title. Maybe Mark Henry wins, so that puts Christian out of the picture, and Randy Orton gets a rematch against Mark Henry. So that could set up that feud. And then if they wanted to, say, Christian could interfere with that match later on, something like that.
Tyler, any thoughts on all that?
I mean, it's just something I'm throwing out there.
Yeah, I don't know where they could go with it. I mean, that's the idea about was it Sheamus and Christian?
Mm-hmm.
If Orton gets the win over Christian.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, that's just one place that they could have Christian go and feud with Randy Orton, or not Randy Orton, feud with Sheamus while Orton is feuding with Henry. So, I mean, that's just all running through my head.
Mixed partners.
Yeah.
Your
and
turn to verse this guy.
Yeah, and that could be like the send home show for Night of Champions is, Orton and Sheamus versus Christian and Mark Henry. Like they tend to do stuff like that and just throw them together.
Right.
But yeah, all in all, it was an okay match in my eyes. I mean, it wasn't like the best, but it was something. So that led up to our final match of the night, would being CM Punk versus John Cena, and a little.
John! Sorry.
You want to finish it?
No,
finish it.
Cena.
John, the first John was sort of how the kiddies felt, and then the Cena part is how we all feel.
No, I was trying to do what's his name?
Justin Roberts.
Yeah, I can't.
Cena.
I can't do voices.
Then you hear because he getting choked with his own tie.
Oh, that's horrible. Sorry, I'm getting a little choked up here. But interesting thing.
Depends on who's holding the tie. Because King.
Yeah. But yeah, interesting thing throughout the pay-per-view, we got to see Stephanie McMahon return to the WWE. That was definitely interesting to see as she went to go shake CM Punk's hand. And, a lot of people were talking about the ending of this pay-per-view, but not a lot of people were talking about that one particular scene.
Right.
Just because it was very funny in what was said. CM Punk saying to Stephanie McMahon, I'm not going to shake your hand because I know where that hand's been.
Right.
That was pretty funny. But yeah, throughout the pay-per-view, Stephanie McMahon talking to Punk, coming out of John Cena's locker room, talking to Triple H before the match. So, it kind of definitely makes you wonder what's going to go on as far as that. And, we had the main event match, CM Punk versus John Cena, with Triple H as your special referee. And I thought for the most part, Triple H did a pretty good job as far as being a ref. He was quick. He was right there to count. He did a fairly good job up until the end. They almost had a chance for a count out, but he stopped at 9, saying, No, we're gonna have a decisive winner, and we're just not gonna do that. But what did you guys think of the match itself? Did it live up to the previous match, or was it kind of close? Or
I don't really know how you live up to the previous match. It was so awesome, like atmosphere, even adding to the awesomeness of the match itself.
Well,
I just think it's a hard act to follow. Like,
yeah, it is.
How do you recreate that magic?
Yeah,
but I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
It was, for me, it was probably like the best match of the night.
Yes.
But it wasn't like Doug said. It wasn't better than the first one.
I thought it was a very good match because it had a lot of near falls, a lot of different moves from both wrestlers. Like we saw the Koji clutch, we saw an amazing drop kick from John Cena that we've never seen before, and
Cena drop kicks all the time.
Not one like that. That was.
Maybe not as nicely.
Yeah, he does
drop.
Air on
he does
there.
the drop kick quite frequently.
And but it was just it looked like it was a little bit different from both CM Punk and John Cena. That it was a pretty solid match, and the
I've
ending
seen Punk use a Koji clutch before this
Yeah.
in the WWE too.
I mean he but it's not one of his
Right.
regular moves.
Right,
That's what
right.
I was getting at. We saw a lot of stuff that we don't normally see
Right.
from him. So, that made it a little more special as far as the match. But CM Punk delivering the GTS and getting the pin with Triple H counting to 3. However, John Cena's foot was on the rope, but
Triple H did not see that.
Yeah, claims he didn't see it. Common mistake for most referees. I guess anyone can do it. But CM Punk is the undisputed WWE champion, or so we think, because this night is not over yet. Moments after CM Punk is handed the belt and he celebrates, Kevin Nash climbing into the ring, delivering a jackknife powerbomb onto CM Punk and exiting into the audience, into the fans. No music, no anything, just hop in the ring, do what he's got to do, and then leave. And that's whenever
Well, before you get any further than that, I want to go a little bit before that.
Sure.
And whenever he won and Triple H was raising his hand,
Yes.
I thought personally, I don't know about y'all. I thought
Everyone's
Triple H was going to
waiting.
pedigree him. It
Yeah.
kind of looked like to me, but he did not. And that's when he walked away, and that's what led into what you just said.
Yeah. So after the jackknife powerbomb, Alberto Del Rio comes out with a referee in hand or next to him. Triple H looking very shocked
In hand, that'd be so awesome.
Yeah. Come here, you. So, I choose you, referee. So, yeah.
Pops out of a Pokeball.
Yeah, absolutely. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, this is completely off subject and has nothing to do with wrestling, but I saw this on the internet the other day on somebody's like Tumblr or something. But like some guy proposed to his girlfriend with a Pokeball.
Oh my God.
It said when she opened it up, it said "I choose you" in it and had the ring in there. Which I don't even like Pokemon, but I just thought that was really cool.
Wait, hey,
That's
did he
pretty
capture
good.
her?
Dude, I don't know.
Oh, come on. God.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
That's so sad.
All right, go ahead.
Well,
I don't even like
choose
Pokemon.
You, Kimberly.
I don't know why I'm talking about this.
Well, maybe they'll evolve into a marriage. So
I'm glad.
we'll have to-
I thought it was cute, but I hate Pokemon, so I'm glad you guys popped for it. So.
Yeah, I think that's very interesting. So,
Pretty unique proposal.
Yeah, I mean, it is definitely.
All you guys out there, you're gonna have to step your game up now.
Bear proposal,
Oh,
bear
man.
proposal. Just don't lick it.
Rawr.
Right. That's right. So Alberto Del Rio is your new WWE champion. What did you guys think about the ending?
Man, I have mixed feelings. First off, I want to say like my negativity towards the this part of the show does not stem from Del Rio getting the belt because I'm fine with that, and I think Del Rio is excellent, and he's gonna be a huge star. It's fun, but I just don't know. I don't know why we need Kevin Nash. I'm not sure. Like, I mean, I guess I know what they're trying to do with the angle at this point, but I'm just not sure why. This seems like territory they've treaded before. Like, why would you go back to this kind of stuff? It seemed like it's like keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. Like they had a really good thing going, and I think I don't know why they had to make it so like crazy and.
Well, how about this scenario proposal? Say CM Punk wins, they close out Money in the Bank clean. Okay, you go to Monday night. They're in San Diego with CM Punk versus Rey Mysterio. That's when Kevin Nash comes out, delivers the powerbomb to whoever wins that match.
Do I feel differently? Is that what you're asking me?
Like if Del Rio would have cashed in Monday night instead of Sunday, how would you have felt?
See, I don't know. I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I really don't know how because I don't know if my gut reaction would be like different.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Tyler?
Are you both? I'm asking both of you guys. Okay with the ending of the pay-per-view?
In a way, yes, because like we've been talking for such a long time, Alberto Del Rio's time has been coming for a long time. Like he was supposed to.
Okay, well, not to
cut
cut you guys off, but I'm completely fine with Del Rio. My negativity towards how things played out has nothing to do with Del Rio.
Yeah,
it has more so to do with Triple H and Stephanie and Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that part of it, excluding Del Rio?
There was definitely a moment of shock. Like, what is Kevin Nash doing, and stuff like that.
Unless they think an angle with Kevin Nash and CM Punk is going to be gold,
Which
I don't really see that.
I don't think it will.
But
No,
I guess
not at
that's
all.
what they're thinking. I don't see that. But like I thought.
I
they
hope
should
to
kept-
God they don't think that.
Mm.
I hope to God they don't think that.
It's just I don't know. I'm kind of with you. I'm mixed about it. Like
It's just they had this thing, and it's like it would if they would have just let it play out organically,
Mm-hmm.
it would have been really hot and cool and special. But it got so like convoluted and like
That sounds
they
familiar.
forced all this like contrived bullshit. What?
That sounds familiar.
What sounds
There's
familiar?
just a lot of stuff that they've had that's hot and all that stuff, and that's awesome. They
Well, they
when
haven't had
first started.
something this hot in a long
Not
time.
that hot, but they've had some stuff that was pretty cool, and then like that, it's ruined or it's gone.
Well, I mean, the closest thing you can say to this in quite some time would have been Nexus, which I thought was really cool for one night, and I think they immediately started messing it up the next week.
Yeah.
But Punk had legs, and I actually gave them credit for at least the past month for like good booking, and go back and listen to the shows because I've complimented their booking every step of the way, like pretty much up into, fairly recently.
Mm-hmm.
So up until the point that Kevin Nash got into the ring, it was pretty.
No, I mean I started getting iffy around Triple H. Like not the first week where Triple H came out and let Vince go, but the week after that, when Punk came out, that's the point.
Whenever they brought him back too soon,
right? And then I thought it started falling apart at that point.
Okay,
I don't think they. Well, I guess Punk.
Which I would have even forgave him coming back too soon if I felt like they had continued what they set out to do, which I don't think they did.
I don't think right now there was no need to take, because like you said, they have fire with this angle with CM Punk. I don't think there was no need to take him out of the main event right now. Like,
yeah.
I mean, well, he'll probably do his what's it called? His rematch. But like, what may Kevin Nash get involved or something with Triple H, and then that's gonna just
well, he rematches. He's full-fledged full-fledged babyface at this point because Del Rio is obviously the heel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
is he a tweener? Is he a face? I mean,
Del Rio is. Heel.
I mean, but do you
CM
see
Punk
you see Punk as a tweener or a babyface?
Probably tween.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's still some people who don't like him for his attitude and all that.
Yeah.
But the thing that I don't like about where they're at right now is that it poses way too many questions about the championship. Because it's like, okay, CM Punk obviously gets a rematch clause. Does John Cena because he lost his belt to CM Punk. So what are they going to do with that?
I don't know.
Exactly. And then, like, where are they going to go with the Kevin Nash thing? Why is he there? Is he sort of just the bodyguard for Triple H or, stuff
I
like
hope
that?
so, because if he gets in the ring, I'm going to be really disappointed.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool to see him at the Rumble and all, but this guy can't sustain, like, a feud.
Yeah. And if Kevin Nash is being brought back into the picture...
Don't even go there, dude. Let's keep it... We're treading, like, negatively right now. Let's keep it positive.
I mean, it was just very interesting. Nice! So, it carries us into Raw with Triple H giving a promo, explaining his reasons. He claims that he did not know.
He played it straight, pretty much.
Yeah, he's saying he doesn't know why Kevin Nash did what he did. Del Rio coming out saying he wants to be a champion for the people, take the pictures with the kids and all that.
I want to stop you right there, and
okay.
I want to say that Alberto Del Rio's promo was amazing. He does such an amazing job of being that, like, smarmy, like, prick heel where he's like
and he gained instant heat.
Yeah, he's so condescending to you, but he's saying it with that big ass smile on his face,
He's like a car salesman.
Yes, man.
They're lying straight to your
so
face.
amazing.
Oh, this is a good deal.
So amazing.
I'm gonna be y'all's champion.
He has the greatest like facial expressions on a wrestler, which is so crazy from a guy who used to work under a hood. He came from a mask gimmick, so you wouldn't think that would come so naturally to him. Mm-hmm. But he's just so great, man, at his character. It's amazing.
And what I like about it is that, he was said in an interview, they asked him, do you like being the face or do you like doing the heel? And he's like, I've been a face for so long. I'm loving the heel stuff. Like, you get to be more animated. You get to be more energetic, and you can do all these things. And he does it great. And, like, I love the fact that people don't like him legitimately. They're like, dude, fire him next. He sucks, blah, blah, blah.
He's great, man.
Yeah,
he's
he
amazing.
is very good. And we've been, since
big
I think
supporters.
Yes, I think since like day one we've been, high on this guy. So,
but it was just what was the line? There was a line I wanted to point out that I thought was so great, but we started talking and I forgot it.
I'm talking about pictures with the kids and.
No, what it was like, and I can't do voices, so maybe Danny will go behind me and do it in character. But when he's like, I wake up in the morning and I say, Alberto Del Rio, what you want to do today? I say, I think I beat Rey Mysterio again today. You know what I'm talking about? That line was so awesome. I was like, oh, yes, that's amazing. And I'm sorry, that was such a terrible accent. But,
that was good.
I apologize to anyone who's offended by my accent. I just can't do voices. But that line was so awesome. I was like, oh, God, this guy's amazing.
But you already know that.
So definitely very enjoyable coming out and saying it was his destiny all along. So not too bad. Very good. Congratulations to Alberto Del Rio. Kind of interesting the way it happened. And it's just good because he got instant heat.
Well,
everyone
he
hated
started
him.
the promo like, I'm such a nice guy, even though I'm being condescending to you. And then there's a point in the promo where he always flips the switch, where he starts to go full on heel, and it's just he's so good at it, man.
Yeah. So he's definitely good. So I hope our listeners, kind of take this, sort of listen and be like, you know what, I think he's sort of right. He is, he's doing a really good job.
Get on the bandwagon now because the dude is a star and he's great, man. Like, I don't see what's
And we only
not
have
to
5
like.
years to enjoy it because he recently said that he's planning on retiring in 5 years.
Right. But
So,
you never say never in wrestling.
yeah, that's true. I mean, maybe, he gets in that 4.5 years and be like, you know what, I can still go a little bit longer. And
I got another 3 in me.
Yeah, I can do that easily, no problem. So Raw kicking off, interestingly enough, with John Morrison versus R-Truth in a Falls Count Anywhere match. And for the majority of the match, they spent it all outside of the ring, coming with an ending using a rolly chair.
We vertical suplexed him into the chair and then hit the knee on him.
Yeah, with the pin. So John Morrison defeating R-Truth on that.
You know what? You smell like little Jimmy.
I completely forgot.
Can we talk about
that segment?
Can we talk about the bulletproof vest that said "Little Jimmy Proof"? Because that was amazing.
That's awesome.
That was so cool. I was like, oh my God, that's awesome.
I also thought it was hilarious from SummerSlam backstage with R-Truth talking to Jimmy Hart.
Oh,
that was
Jimmy.
great. Yeah, your name is Jimmy. Like, what was I telling you about, Tyler? Like, I thought it would have been really cool, like, whenever they, because they had both Jimmy and R-Truth in frame, and then they zoomed in to R-Truth. But whenever they panned back out, they had, they were both still there. But I thought it would have been just hysterical if Jimmy Hart had been gone. Like, and, they show R-Truth literally just talking to no one. But everyone thinks it's, or he thinks he's talking to Jimmy Hart.
Oh, Jimmy.
Right.
Yeah. Like, I think that would have been amazing if they would have done that. It would have been a little bit on the cartoony side, but still pretty funny.
That kind of goes with what he's doing. So.
Yeah, and like someone comes up and be like, "Truth, who are you talking to?" "I'm talking to little Jimmy," something like that. Like, I think that would have been. I think that would have been kind of funny.
I mean, this will be pointless to do. I just popped in my head. What if they hired Jimmy Wang Yang again, and he talks to him, or just not hire him, but he's backstage or something. I don't know, but he's talking to him, and then something in that same scenario. Jimmy.
Interesting note about Jimmy Wang Yang. His check, his check from TNA, not cashing out. So kind of makes you wonder what the financial status of TNA / Impact Wrestling is right now, if they can't afford to pay Jimmy Yang.
And he's not making nearly what some of those guys are making.
Yeah. So.
And he did one show.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I mean, definitely have to watch the books on that one. So we'll see how that goes. Later on in Raw, going back to Raw, we had Kelly and Eve defeating the Bellas, and we didn't have to worry about which one looked like her sister because they were both in the ring. And
Hills wearing hills.
Yeah, the DOD, Divas of Destruction, or Divas of Doom, I should say. Beth Phoenix and Talia coming out and applauding their performance, and leading into commercial break. Coming back, we had Kevin Nash coming out explaining what happened, or at least from his side, giving out his side as long as he could be honest, saying he got a text message from Triple H's number saying, hey, whoever wins the match, I want you to, take care of them. Yeah, stick them or whatever. And that caused CM Punk to come out and cut a little promo on Kevin Nash. And they did a really good back and forth.
See, I thought Nash sounded like crap.
Yeah.
He stumbled his words, and he's usually a really confident guy.
He sounded a little slurred. Hey, big boy, you want to come down and say that to my face?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say slurred because I don't want people to think we're insinuating that
Right.
he was like messed up or something.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he hasn't been in the ring on the mic in a while, and I don't think he came off like very comfortably. Like,
yeah, as opposed to what he's done in the past.
And then whenever you're in the same segment with CM Punk, you can't look.
Can't miss a beat.
Yeah,
you got to
you
keep
can't.
on going.
Right,
with them.
exactly.
And
Because
CM
whatever you
Punk,
do, he's
so
going to
quick.
match you. He's going to match you.
He's so quick witted.
Yeah.
That,
yeah, CM Punk came out and delivered. Just gold on the mic once again. Just showing the world why he is great on the mic and why he should have been given that mic such a long time ago. Saying, you want to talk about what's good for business and all this. If Triple H would have told you to jump off a bridge, would you have done it? I think you should have, because I think that would have been good for business.
right.
And just stuff like that. Calling out calling out Kevin Nash's previous ring names.
Because I'd rather, come here.
Can we do this? I know we had a question from the fans that was specifically talking about this. Can we insert that into this part of the conversation?
Yeah.
I think it would make sense.
Yeah, sure.
It was
here
from
we go.
Daniel Jose.
Yeah.
It was about
asking, do you think on Raw, when Punk came out and had his back and forth mic time with Kevin Nash and was defiant and refusing not to be a victim, do you think he looked stronger than he would have if he kept the belt and Nash didn't attack him, in my opinion? Punk showing himself now as a strong character and pick yourself up and brush yourself off, carry on kind of guy. The character main eventers like Cena do when coming off a bad pay-per-view night.
So, do you guys think that...
Do you think he looks stronger now that he picked himself up, dusted himself off, and kept going? Or do you think it would have been stronger?
Having just had the belt and...
Yeah.
Go ahead and say it.
He seems like, to me, he is stronger now, but, I think with any situation, Punk would still be strong.
He would have been strong, yes, but I feel like, I think he, what was I going to say? I think he's going to lead to something big. I think he's going to lead to the announcement of what's really going on, and that'll, and then he'll get his title shot. Maybe he'll win it back or something like that. But, I think that he is going to be a key player and to explaining what's going on.
Right. And my feelings on it is this. I don't think he looked weak in the segment at all. If anything, I think he got the best of Kevin Nash, who, we just talked about, didn't seem like he matched up with Punk on the mic very well.
Yeah.
At least that night.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say that Punk is looking weak right now, but how I feel about this and some of the negativity I've had on the Punk angle in general, and I've stated I think they in the past I think they could possibly kill Punk by not putting him over strong with the belt and everything. How I feel about it is Daniel Jose in his question talks about guys like Cena who picked themselves off and brushed themselves off after a bad pay-per-view loss or something like that. Well, those guys you've seen win a lot of main event pay-per-views. When you lose one and they brush it off, it's not that big of a deal.
It's because they're just going to get another championship
Right.
match in
But
3
CM
weeks.
Punk hasn't had as many opportunities of that. So that's why I get really nervous to see him not be put over strong. And I'm going to reference The Miz, and I don't want you to think that I think Punk is on equal with The Miz, because I think Punk is, no disrespect to The Miz, world's more talented than The Miz. But you saw how Miz was not put over strong in his title reign.
Yeah.
Look where The Miz is right now.
Yeah.
He's not. People aren't taking him very serious.
He's debating with the Jared the Subway guy.
Right. And
So
and Punk is in that position. I mean, I don't want the WWE to be like, well, we didn't put him over strong enough. Now the casual fans don't buy him as much anymore, so we're going to pull the plug because we're nervous. We don't think he's a seller. We don't think he's a drawer. So that's where, to kind of answer, how I've felt kind of bad about the angle is I'm just nervous that they're going to get cold feet with Punk and, pull the plug on him.
yeah.
Because he's not, like or hate Cena, you don't question Cena in the main event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But if you do it to Punk what you did to Miz, then some people may question him. I never will, because I love the guy and I think he's amazing.
Yeah.
But some people might, and they might get cold feet and pull the plug.
WWE should realize after this angle, with the whole, hey, I'm leaving this company and coming back and all this stuff, that they should realize that Punk should be a main eventer and should not be brought down from there. You know, it should be like a Cena.
Right.
And I don't know. Will they do that? I don't know.
Time will tell, I guess.
Time will tell.
Sorry, I mean, we don't usually insert the questions into our normal discussion.
No,
But
that's okay.
I thought it kind of fit
Yeah.
like exactly what we're talking about. So we might
Yeah.
as well.
Thank you, Daniel Jose, for that question. And we'll get to the rest of the Q&A in just a little bit. But it poses another question as to who sent the text message to Kevin Nash, because he claims that he got a text message saying, hey, you know, he got it from Triple H. And throughout Raw, you know, we saw Stephanie McMahon, we saw John Laurinaitis, you know, sort of acting a little suspicious or something like that backstage. And so we put up a poll on our WNS podcast page on Facebook saying, who do you think sent the text? Was it actually Triple H? Was it Stephanie McMahon, or was it John Laurinaitis? We got 35 votes saying John Laurinaitis, only 10 for Stephanie, 1 for Triple H, and one fan said that they think that it might be Vince McMahon.
Could you read the results again? Because I got the numbers like mixed up in my
Yeah, 35 for John, only 10 for Stephanie, 1 for Triple H. So 1 for Vince, but that was added in.
What do you guys think personally?
I don't know. I think it might be Stephanie just because you've seen more of her.
Mm-hmm.
But the attitude that John Laurinaitis, you know,
Had
presented
with Kevin Nash when
Yeah.
he wanted to talk to him.
Yeah.
But they're playing that because
I think that's what they want you. to
they
think.
want you to think that it's either him or Stephanie.
I think the way they're presenting is that you're supposed to believe that Johnny Ace and Stephanie are in league and Trips is clueless. He's playing it straight right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, is that what you guys get out of it?
It could
Yeah.
it could lead to that, but
I mean, that's how they're presenting it, intending for you to interpret it.
Yeah.
Maybe not what they're doing, but that's how they want it to be viewed right now.
yeah, at this current point in time, it's too soon for me to start making the heavy assumptions.
Right.
But I am interested to see where it's going to go and how it's going to all play out. I hope that they don't do it in a stupid manner, but
And I really hope and I don't really think this is where it's going, but I don't want to see Nash and Punk in the ring, not even once.
I
Not
don't
once.
either. So, because like I said, you know, if they do this whole buddy thing, it's going to be TNA all over again. So, because that's what they did when they brought in Nash and all them.
With
like,
Punk having a little more stroke now, I would like to think that he would have the power to
Yeah.
some kind of veto in that and saying, "Hey, we're not doing that."
yeah, I'd like
Yeah.
that, but I guess we'll have to see whenever it goes because we still had plenty more of Raw to go. Jack Swagger defeating Alex Riley with Dolph Ziggler and Vicky Guerrero on the outside doing commentary, and they were pretty much arguing the whole time. So there was.
I mean, I think they're doing what we've been talking about, like
Yeah.
weaning him away off of Vicky.
Mm-hmm. And that's going to be good. But one
In
thing
the
I
long
wanted
run, it's going to be good for him.
Yeah, but one thing I wanted to ask you guys, just because of what happened towards the end of the match, do you guys think that Jack Swagger, with his 2 botched attempts of a gut wrench powerbomb, do you think he should probably switch to something else?
No.
You think he should keep trying the?
I like the
wrench?
gut wrench powerbomb, and if they're going to make him stop using it, they need to stop. They need to make Kofi stop doing that stupid thing where he flips in the corner because he botches that every time he does it, every match.
Yeah.
You know,
So
It is, I guess, they got to work on it a little more.
you know what I'm talking
They
about?
don't need
The
to drop-
flipping
yeah, I
the
know.
corner with the punches, and then he flips it off.
Mm,
He
yeah.
botches that every time.
Yeah. So I just, I thought I'd bring that up. But after the match, Vicky Guerrero approached by Jack Swagger, and he sort of,
Wait, do you think he should stop using it? You didn't answer.
I think he probably should. Maybe just switch to something else.
You prefer? Are you saying go ankle lock, or are you saying go somewhere else entirely?
Maybe go ankle lock, and then later on debut like a new finishing move or
Okay.
something like that. Just something, because he has the high impact finishing move, the gut wrench powerbomb, but like he couldn't get Alex Riley over his head.
See, I'm a
So-
proponent of guys having more than one finisher. Like,
I am too, but I just felt like he couldn't, maybe he should go to a different move,
Right.
like just something else, maybe even 2 different moves or something like that. Like every week he comes out and tries a different finishing maneuver until something works. So, we'll have to see. But yeah, backstage, after the match, Jack Swagger approached by Vicky Guerrero, and it seems like he's going to convince her to manage him for a while.
see, I think this is good for Dolph and good for Swagger
Yes.
because Swagger needs somebody to help get him over,
Mm-hmm.
Dolph is at the point where Vicky's overshadowing him, and he needs to step out on his own.
Yes, I agree.
I think this is smart from both ways.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So we'll have to, see where it goes. And it looks like they're going to be building up the tag division just a little bit, or at least for now. It seems like they seem to be teasing us a little bit because they had Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston going up against Michael McGillicuddy and David Otunga, where Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston picked up the victory on this one. And what did you guys think about this match?
I think Evan Bourne and Kofi makes sense as a tag team.
Yeah.
And, I definitely wouldn't mind seeing them together. I do think someone needs to tell McGillicuddy to quit wearing his stupid little backwards hat like that. Because I thought he looked retarded.
It's gangsta.
No, I mean, I have no problem with hats. I have no problem with backwards hats. It's just like with your wrestling tights, I think it looks weird. I thought he looked kind of strange.
It was a little interesting to see.
It was also noted that Generation Me had was it a tryout with WWE, or did they got together? That was reported on WNS.
I didn't hear that, so I don't know. I didn't read that, but
okay. Well, I guess.
I believe you. I'm not calling you a liar or saying
Okay.
you. I just didn't hear it myself. So.
I haven't seen that either, but that's
and
cool.
there's some other tag teams. I can't think on top of my head. I read it somewhere. Ask Daryl.
Just blame someone else. Okay, but they did mention on commentary that they're sort of that McGillicuddy and Otunga, like since leaving Nexus or since whatever that was all over, they haven't really done anything with the tag division. Like they're just sort of like they're just there with the titles. So it seemed like they were sort of hinting that maybe something could be in the works a little bit further. Like if you want to dive into it that far,
right?
Do you think that they're gonna start building up a little more tag division, maybe start to focus it on Raw and SmackDown?
It's about time they need to, and they got some.
They really
things.
do need to.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about this a little bit last week during our interview with Adam Cole about tag teams and kind of being not focused upon and kind of like a lost art form. Go back last week and check out that episode if you guys didn't listen.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, definitely, I really hope they decide to focus on this.
Yeah.
But what I was trying to say earlier is the Young Bucks, they got a tryout match yesterday before Raw.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Who did they work? Did it say?
It did not.
Probably just some local guys or something.
Yeah, and also several California talents got tryouts as well. Scorpio Sky of
PWG.
Yeah, PWG was one of them. So
Okay.
On a one-on-one match? Or as a team?
that's
All the
they say you gotta
information
try
he
it.
has right now.
Yeah, that's all the information I got out.
Okay. Well, that took us into the main event of Raw, which was Alberto Del Rio versus Rey Mysterio, and Rey favoring his knee again. It was brought up that at a house show he sort of tweaked it again. I think it was about 2 or 3 weeks ago, somewhere around there, and it was pretty visible during some of the matchup with him sort of hopping around. They said they went to commercial.
They played it really safe at SummerSlam too. He wasn't in the ring very long.
Yeah, and so during the match, it said that whenever they went into commercial, that Alberto teased the fans a lot to sort of get some of the attention on him, so that Mysterio could rest his knee a little bit.
Right.
So, do you think that Mysterio needs to take some time off and nurse this knee, or do you think it's finally time for him to hang it up?
I mean, I think that's a personal thing. It
Yeah.
depends on what he wants, where his head is at in his career right now.
Yeah, because he's had surgery on his knees. Those have always been a problem for him. He's had at least.
I don't think
6
there's
or
any
7 surgeries.
cartilage left in his knees.
Yeah.
Not even joking around. I think the guy has none, and I'm sure that's extremely painful.
Mhm.
And I really like the guy. I've really liked the guy, like his, his whole career.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I mean, I'd like to see him stick around, but that's kind of like a selfish thing. So it just depends on where he's at.
He needs to take a long time off.
Yeah, I think he should probably just be written out maybe 2 months or so. I mean, I think
3
that's
years.
I don't want to see him go without a really good send off. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, because he's been in the business for so long.
Right.
You don't want him to go and just sort of just fade away and disappear.
Yeah, right.
And just never be mentioned.
I like, and I'm not talking crap on Edge, but I don't want to see him go like Edge, where it's just like, oh well, hey, guess what? Edge is gone now. You know,
Yeah.
Like,
hey, guess what, guys? I'm hurt. I gotta go.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe say.
Which, I mean, your knee is never going to be as serious as your neck. Was his neck or his back? Neck.
His neck.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's not the same situation, but you know what I mean. I'd like to see him get a nice send off.
What about at WrestleMania?
Well, with them, the talk of them doing the record for the most masks, like in the stadium, them wanting to break that record, I thought they were going to do Mysterio versus Sin Cara, but I can see that. Mean, that's a good send off and a good passing of the torch.
Yeah.
Plus, they want a replacement, like merchandise wise for Ray, and like culturally wise for Ray. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, they got Del Rio now, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, I think that would be good. Like maybe at the Royal Rumble or somewhere around that time, he says, listen, guys, my knees are just too banged up. I still want to be able to play with my kids and not have to worry about, can my knees handle it today or something like that. So I'm going to announce my retirement. My final match is going to be at WrestleMania. And, he can still have a couple matches or something leading up to it, but that would be sort of like, maybe like a 2 to 3 month time frame for everyone to get prepared and,
right.
So it could get ready for it. And then have WrestleMania be the farewell.
Right.
So like he could be like the third to last
Sayonara.
main event or something like that, I think that would be interesting a good way to send it off if he decides to go that route and if he decides to retire. Too many ifs and
probably not
too far away for us to talk about that.
If.
But Alberto Del Rio getting the victory over Rey Mysterio after Mysterio went for the he just sort of bombs himself onto Del Rio.
Yeah.
And Del Rio got the knees up and got it in for a victory. So Alberto Del Rio still your champion and decided to attack Rey Mysterio afterwards, which led to John Cena making a run in and attacking Del Rio and sort of had a little bit of his old rapper gimmick in there whenever he was cutting a promo because it definitely sounded like it was in there. Did you hear it, Tyler?
Yeah, I know he sounded a little different. I was pointing that out.
Mm-hmm.
He was angry for show.
He was pissed off and he was going to beat somebody's ass.
Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't have his chain necklace with the lock on.
Yeah.
This is a chain gang.
So, but yeah, it did definitely sound like, a different John Cena than what we're used to. Sort of a little bit of
horse voice.
Some of the older Cena that, whenever he first came out.
Are they? Do you guys think they're making this to where John Cena and Triple H and CM Punk all have, reasons to get behind them and all have reasons to not be behind them, to where it's like this weird triangle where you're not really sure what's going on?
I think they're trying to make people ask questions
right.
and start debates and stuff like that. Get everyone mad at each other. I hate you, Doug.
You always hate me.
I don't hate you. That's horrible.
You're being so condescending to me earlier. I thought Alberto Del Rio was talking to me.
So it's an interesting way to close out Raw. We'll have to see how that goes for next week. But a little bit of interesting side notes for you guys. Mike Chioda and Andy, Levine from
Silent Rage.
from Tough Enough suspended
Silent
30 days.
Rage.
Both suspended for 30 days for violating the wellness policy. So I guess it's Andy Silent Roid Rage and Mike Chioda, the roided up ref.
Do you guys think Chioda's really roids though?
It really makes me wonder what.
Because I think it could be like pod or pills or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think.
I mean,
it's roids.
Andy's is roids, like no question. But I think Chioda, like maybe it's pot, maybe it's pills, maybe it's
something.
Yeah,
just something that he shouldn't have taken, and oops, they caught me on a bad day.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean, I'm definitely not saying Chioda is definitely not on roids. I'm just saying I don't think that's how he got popped.
Yeah, Chioda is a good ref. Like, he's never really involved in any major controversies as far as storylines and stuff like that. He has a solid count, unlike Scott Armstrong. And it's just, I don't know. It's interesting to see. And Andy Levine, dude, what a way to,
Levine.
Levine, yeah, that too. What a way to put a damper on Tough Enough, because, they, Austin comes out and puts his trust in you and all that, and then you just go and do
Let me
something.
down, kid. You want a burr?
Are you doing Johnny Ace or are you doing Stone Cold?
Stone Cold.
Hey, does anybody think Johnny Ace sounds exactly like Super Dave?
Yes.
Super Dave Osborne.
Gonna go and jump this ramp right here
All right.
while drinking a beer.
Whoa, you're
What?
confusing. You're confusing everyone.
What?
You're like Joker Sting right now. You're just going between like characters.
I'll go where I want. It's America. Tacos rule. So, but yeah, not a very good way to start off your career with the WWE, and especially if you're trying to, be an influence to your kid and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
Just
Hey,
lay
look
off
up
the
to
stuff.
me, kid. Oh, I'm super strong.
He didn't drink the whole time he was there.
Yeah, and now he's violating that policy, so it kind of makes you wonder what he's doing. So just a little bit of interesting news, a little bit of ROH news. Got Nigel McGuinness returning to Ring of Honor.
All right.
Gonna be he's one half of the new commentary team alongside Kevin Kelly. So definitely, whenever Ring of Honor starts airing in your town,
Get on the web and see if you're in a Sinclair market. If you're not in a Sinclair market, they will be showing the show on Ring of Honor. They're revamping their website. It's rohwrestling.com. I've heard rumors, or I guess it's not rumors, but I've heard talk of them having two different. There's going to be like a pay like members site where I'm sure that means like you probably wouldn't have any commercials or ads or something like that in the show. But
maybe like backstage interviews. or
yeah,
something
maybe
like that.
something a little extra. I'm not sure exactly what the perks would be, other than probably no like ads and stuff like that.
Details to follow.
Right, but you have no reason to not watch the show because you get it for free on the website. So if you're not in the market,
And for
check
the
out- check out
the
the-
fans who complain that they're bored with WWE and TNA,
yeah, definitely exactly what Daniel said. If you have all these complaints about, especially the complaint of not enough wrestling in your wrestling and too much entertainment, you need to go check this out.
yeah, we definitely want to send a congratulations out to our guest from last week, Adam Cole, and his tag partner Kyle O'Reilly. Heard they put on quite a good show,
Yep.
and
He's a
they're
nice guy.
also
They went over the bravados.
absolutely, and they're also getting ready for their pay-per-view, Death Before Dishonor. So you're definitely going to want to stick around for that and maybe order it online. We'll have more details as far as the matches, but one of the matches so far that's announced by Jim Cornette this past week is the Ringmaster Challenge. It's going to be featuring Eddie Edwards and Roderick Strong. It's going to be a three fall match if necessary. It's going to be a best of three, I guess I could say, to make it sound a little bit better. The first match is going to be the only way to get a fall is by pinfall or submission. If the second match is going to be by submission only, and the third match, if necessary, is going to be a 15-minute Iron Man match. So all of that, one right after the other. I think it's going to be a pretty good match.
I mean, I like Edwards and I like Roderick Strong a lot. I don't want to crap on it, but I think like the third fall might be kind of overkill. That seems like a lot,
I guess it's to test one's
Yeah, I know.
inner strength.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna crap on anything until I see it anyway. But
It's
it just
something
seems
to
like
look
it might be
forward
overkill.
to. So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, like
So
I like both those guys. So
yeah, so
Check it
definitely check out rohwrestling.com for all the details on that. And who knows, maybe we'll get something going, get a little more details for the folks listening. So, but moving back on into WWE news, the WWE 12 roster has been revealed this past week. If you happen to check out our Facebook page, you got the entire roster right there. But if you didn't, here's what we have so far. The first 20 is going to be John Cena, John Morrison, Ted DiBiase, Mark Henry, Kofi Kingston, William Regal, R-Truth, Husky Harris, Daniel Bryan, Tyson Kidd, Santino Marella, David Otunga, Evan Bourne, Sheamus, Goldust, Cody Rhodes, Zack Ryder, Mason Ryan, Triple H, and The Miz. So, guys, what do you think about the first 20 that were announced?
Husky Harris was a shocker for me.
Yeah.
Husky Harris and Mason Ryan, both shocks for me. I thought it was very interesting to see.
That's true. I'm just excited for Daniel Bryan. I just can't wait for the the when they revealed like the
share in
entrance.
Tyler's excitement. We're gonna hold hands and skip now.
Yes, the entrance, and because last year they showed the entrance and then they showed their finishers like on the website, and like
Have they shown off the LaBelle lock yet, or do they know if
No.
that's what he's getting? Yeah,
they showed a little bit
they're-
of his entrance,
Okay.
just a little bit.
What gear does he have? The solid tights or like the second tights?
It was I
Not
thought I
the
saw
plain
second one was-
maroons, but the ones with like the silver and the white.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that one.
Oh, very interesting.
Why is
Yeah.
that important? I don't know. I just
Well,
really,
it's very
I
important.
just
No,
really,
something
I just really like Daniel Bryan.
That
so.
really is important to some
Yeah, yeah.
some
Just
of
to
the
let you
some of the
know-
gamers out there.
Whenever I get the game, and I've told you all this, whenever I play as him, I'm going to switch his entrance, his music, his theme
Final
gonna-
countdown.
to the final countdown. Yeah,
There you go.
by Europe.
Definitely. Okay, so the next 20 that were announced were Divas and Legends, starting off with Stone Cold Steve Austin, Arn Anderson, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, the Road Warriors Hawk and Animal, Vader, Kevin Nash, Booker T, Eddie Guerrero. From Demolition, both Smash and Axe. Also Edge. And then from the Divas, we had Eve, Natalia, Maurice, Layla, Michelle McCool, Beth Phoenix, and Kelly Kelly.
I was excited to see Arn Anderson. I think this, to my knowledge, is his first
It's first for
Yeah.
Arn and Smash and Axe. So
Yeah, I thought it
it's
was.
their first.
I
video
thought the
game.
Legends is pretty solid. I thought it was
Yeah,
pretty
it was
good.
stacked.
So, not too bad. Kevin Nash being in there, I guess now he's going to give people a reason to play.
Hey,
since
they
he's on
got
there.
Booker T in there. Hey, Daniel, who's your boy?
Oh, you know my boy D. Bryan right there. Oh, here we go. Business about to pick up right here, boy.
That's my horrible attempt at Booker T. So,
Got some haters, man.
what?
I love when Booker T starts going off about the
I
Fave
like it.
Five.
I like.
Oh, you know my Fave 5 right there.
He always says something completely ridiculous, and Michael Cole, even though he's the heel, says something really logical to counterpoint him, and he's like, "Shut up, Cole."
Reminds me of this one time I was on a tag team with my brother. Me and my Harlem Heat.
So, if anyone is offended by that, I'm sincerely apologize for that. I'm not good.
Your Booker T was like insanely better than my Alberto Del Rio. So.
Yeah, but yours is more comical. So,
Well, you're the voices guy, so you got to be on point all the time. I can screw mine up.
yeah, I guess that's true. But the final group that's been announced for the WWE
I thought
roster.
it was good.
Oh, thank you.
Sounded just like I thought. If I would have closed my eyes, I thought Booker T was talking.
Oh, here we go. But the final group being announced for the roster.
Let's do a fake interview with Daniel as Booker T.
So the final group is going to
Let me
be,
cut you off one
okay.
more time before. No, I'm just kidding because I keep cutting you off.
Okay. So the final group.
No, go ahead.
Wait.
So the final group.
Well, before that, okay, go ahead.
The Rock, Kane, Alex Riley. No, I'm just going to blast through them. Okay, so the final group so far, The Rock, Kane, Alex Riley, Alberto Del Rio, Rey Mysterio, Michael McGillicuddy, Yoshi Tatsu, Jack Swagger, Big Show, Justin Gabriel, Heath Slater, Dolph Ziggler, The Undertaker, Christian, Drew McIntyre, Sin Cara, Mr. McMahon, Ezekiel Jackson, CM Punk, Wade Barrett, and Randy Orton. So I'll let you guys process all of that.
Yeah, another shocker, Alex Riley.
Yeah, Alex Riley and Sin Cara getting him on there pretty
Sin
quickly.
Cara, yeah, because a while back on WNS, I posted, hey, I was telling the fans, who do you think, do you think Sin Cara is going to be in the game? And some people said no, so.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting to see. What do you think about that?
I think I hate Alex Riley.
Okay, some interesting notes about the roster, at least as of right now.
Yeah, because there's actually 14 spots that haven't been announced.
Right. So far, there hasn't been announcements of HBK,
He'll be in it.
Macho Man,
He'll be in it.
or Chris Jericho.
Probably in it.
Yeah, thinking. Also, Batista.
No.
No.
Not Batista. He's been
Yeah,
gone.
that's true,
gone.
too. He's just
Yeah.
been gone for too long. So, okay. And so far, Jerry the King Lawler has been announced as downloadable content. And you can also, much like create a wrestler, you can now create an arena.
Yeah.
Now, do we know specifically if you can customize the ring apron and things like that?
I'm not sure. That's the only details that I know so far is that it has been announced that you can create an arena.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's really cool. I wish they still had create a title too. Like Me and Tyler talked about this the other day. We had a really long discussion because that's what we do. We talk about wrestling and video games
All day,
Yes,
every
that's
day.
all
Every
we
day.
do.
Forever.
No, but especially when you're building a game like off the same engine for years and years now. There's no reason to take things out.
Mhm.
Like I don't get that. So
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, not too bad. So we'll definitely keep you all posted as any updates
wait,
that we have.
Before there's 2 members you did not say. Actually, on the website,
Mhm.
Kozlov and Chavo are on
that's
the
right.
roster. They
Yeah.
didn't announce them, but they are on the roster.
That's very true.
well, the year before, not this year, but last year, they didn't announce any of the people they had cut.
Yeah, that they did
They
the
had
same thing.
released, but most of them were in the game.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So-
Okay. Well, maybe there'll be some more. Maybe D.H. Smith or
Mhm. Masters.
Chris Masters, Molina, Gil Kim, something like that. We'll have to see where it goes. And also, if you go to the WWE 12, what is it? I believe the Facebook page, you can vote for the special edition. They're going to have one cover, but they're giving you 2 choices: the People's Edition, which is going to have The Rock, or what was the other one?
John Cena.
Yeah, John Cena.
know
but
the
I
name of
forgot.
it.
Yeah, I forgot what they called it. But you can vote for either The Rock or the Champ. That's what it was. The
Champs.
Champ or the People Edition.
Okay.
And so they're
I
only
want
gonna allow one special edition.
They have.
So whoever gets the most votes.
I don't know what
that's
comes
it's gonna
with
be.
it though, but
I want the Daniel Bryan edition.
yes.
Complete with vegan cookbook and
A CD copy of Ride of the Valkyrie.
yeah, and defense like martial arts like moves or something. I don't know. Like
Stuff for you
a
to
self
bury things with.
defense like instructional video or something. I don't know.
Well, that's on his YouTube page.
Yeah, I know. Have you guys been checking that? It's pretty cool.
I have. This week's featured is the guillotine. So not too bad. So definitely.
Last week was a hammerlock.
Mm-hmm.
And who can he squash?
Yes. You can bury.
Barry.
He's gonna bury everybody.
If you don't like Daniel Bryan, I hate your guts. If you don't like Daniel Bryan, just don't even. I don't care about alienating listeners. If you don't like Daniel Bryan, just don't even listen to the show anymore. That's how serious I am about this.
Straight up.
Think super cereal. So with
I was so being serious, and you come in with a joke. Really?
Well, with that being said, we're going to go into our fan interaction, the Q&A portion. Your questions are answered.
Oh, you did it.
Oh, y'all messed up.
Hang out with Tyler enough, and I start acting like it.
High five.
All right. So you want to finish that part off, or did I ruin it enough as it is?
Their questions and our answers.
Okay, there we go. Our first question coming from Primetime, asking what wrestler has had the best transition from riding someone else's coattails to becoming a visible or a viable superstar themselves, i.e. Kevin Nash transitioning from HBK's bodyguard to becoming Big Daddy Cool.
See, I don't think it's ever happened on that scale, like other than that.
Yeah, I can't really think of too many.
I mean, not where the guy was even in the same ballpark of like a draw as the other guy. Like, I mean, they've brought guys in under guys like Batista came in under Devon,
Yeah, I was about
but
to say-
I don't think Batista rode Devon's coattails. By
What
any
about,
means.
I don't know if you consider this, about Batista and Orton in Evolution, with
That's kinda
Triple
what I
H
was-
and Ric Flair.
That's kind of where I was thinking.
Hey, that's
earlier.
actually a good answer. Yeah.
And one that just popped in my head while Tyler was talking was maybe the New Age Outlaws
On DX.
on DX, because they weren't really that big until they joined DX, and then they blew up.
Right.
So
you didn't know?
your ass better call somebody. Damn right.
I got nothing, and I think those are perfectly acceptable answers.
Okay. So yeah, there you go. That's at least what we think. Finally,
Wait, one more.
okay.
Would you consider Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes with Orton, or not really?
From Legacy.
No,
Not
because
not
they
that
didn't-
big of an impact, but a little bit.
no, because they're really not stars the level that like.
Well, yeah, they're not like big right now, but
Yeah.
I thought little effect.
Maybe in time. You
Yeah.
can go back when you look back and say it, but as far as right now, no.
Okay.
That would at least what I would say. Next, thank you, Prime Time, for the question. Next one coming up from,
Uli.
there you go, asking if you could train. What's that?
I don't know.
Asking if you could trade superstars from WWE to TNA Impact, who would you trade? Main event from WWE for main eventer from TNA. Mid-card WWE to mid-card TNA.
Now, I'm interpreting that question as we're supposed to be on the side of WWE and getting the best deal for us as possible. Is that what you guys are getting out of it?
Sure. I mean, you can take it however you want.
Because
But if you're going to be on the side of WWE. Okay, if
I mean,
you're on the
that's
side
how
of
I'm
WWE,
interpreting what he's saying. Though.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't. I'm not making. I'm just trying to.
Okay. Doug, you're the WWE. Who would you trade for someone in TNA? Main event for
I'm
main
getting
event.
Alex Riley off my roster pronto, and for him, hopefully. Well, I'll probably have to give them some money with Alex Riley, but I either want Samoa Joe or Austin Aries.
Mm-hmm.
From a mid-carder level, which yes, I know Joe has main evented before, but he's not in that.
No, we will switch. I'm TNA, so I will give you Eric Young for Alex Riley.
No deal.
Let the debate begin.
No deal.
And yes, everyone in TNA management talks like this. So.
Or you could just wait a little bit for Samoa Joe's contract to expire and try and pick him up in free agency.
Well, that's not the scenario.
I'm just saying, because we're at the point where we're getting kind of close to that deadline.
That's true.
So you don't want to, send someone over if you can just pick him up.
That's true. But
you got to think like a businessman.
Yeah, I know. But those are the two guys I like. If I'm booking or I'm in control of talent, those are the two guys I want from their mid card, quote unquote. As far as like main event, the only guy I want Angle back. Yeah. But I don't know who I'd give up to get him.
But how many years can you have at Angle though? Because he's kind of, what is he, like in his 40s now? I think somewhere around there.
Angle still goes,
well,
man.
Well, I mean, he can, but how long?
Angle can go. Angle still goes.
Yeah.
Okay, you're WWE.
But who do you give up? I don't know who do you consider main event at this point in the WWE? You got Cena, Orton, Christian, Punk. I'm not giving Punk or Christian up.
Mm-hmm. Let him take Orton.
I mean, who else do you consider a main eventer at this time? I mean, Miz has really been demoted in my eyes.
Mm-hmm. Tyler, you're Impact, and you have been requested to give up Kurt Angle. Who do you want in return?
Oh wow.
He's the voice.
Like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do your Johnny Ace again. I prefer no.
Well, I'm TNA, so
that's right. Never mind. Go ahead. Who do you want for Kurt Angle?
I don't know. Slap nuts.
I'm about to slap your fucking nuts, dude.
Okay.
Okay,
So
wait. First, would you accept my trade of Alex Riley for Samoa Joe or Austin Aries? I'll give you Alex Riley for both Samoa Joe and Austin Aries.
No.
What would it take for me to get Austin Aries and or Samoa Joe off your hands?
Okay. Give me Zack Ryder and I'm thinking. I'll talk like this.
So
who else do you need?
Hang on.
You'll give me both for Zack Ryder? Done.
No, not just
Done.
Zack Ryder. Someone else.
So for Samoa Joe and Austin Aries, you're wanting Zack Ryder.
Mm-hmm. Daniel Bryan.
No, sorry. Can't do it.
Dolph Ziggler?
Jack Swagger and Dolph Ziggler, all four.
Oh, no.
So you're wanting 4 for 2.
Okay, yeah, that's how it works.
No. Take Daniel Bryan out of the equation now. Think about it. Wait, who do you want besides Daniel Bryan? Because you're not getting him.
You want Zack Ryder, Dolph Ziggler,
I can do that.
and Jack Swagger.
Wait,
I'll give you Swagger and Ryder for Joe and Aries.
That's
Deal
not
or
a
no
fair
deal?
trade. No.
Deal or no deal?
Well, I'm not giving you. You're not getting Dragon. Just take it off the table.
Dragon for Aries.
No.
See what you've done, Udi?
You're not getting Dragon. Period. I'm booking my company around Dragon. What do you want to think about?
You're
this?
not getting Joe.
I want who can I?
Tell you what.
Who will you take to get? What will it take to get me Kurt Angle off your hands?
Undertaker.
can't do it. He moves too much merch.
Tell you what, here's what we're gonna do. Sometime this week or in the coming
No.
week.
I'm way sucked into this. I don't care if you guys are just sitting there waiting.
I was gonna try and.
We need no. We're
need
gonna
to
make a
finish
video.
That's
We're
what I
gonna
was
make a
going
video.
with. We need to make a video of
We're
a
gonna make a
full-time
video.
debate. Both of you guys sitting down at a table.
Okay.
We'll just debate it all out, and whoever wants to watch it can enjoy spending however
Yeah,
much
we'll
time.
give
But I
details.
get the Fed and you get TNA.
Yeah.
Sure.
So that way, we'll give y'all a few days. Y'all can do y'all.
You okay, John Laurinaitis?
I'm
You
doing my
laughing?
Vince walk. Y'all can't see this. I'll do it in the video though.
So there we go. So we're gonna have a debate, and we're gonna have some trades going on for.
I like that
for you
question,
listeners. Yeah, it's gonna be different. We're gonna have a lot of fun. So moving on from that, we have Ali asking, "Hey guys, what's good?
What to do?
Ice cream.
How's it going? Can I get your thoughts on the new Sin Cara? Is he better or worse than the original?"
I prefer Mystico.
Tyler.
I am the same as him because I'm learning about Mystico, but I really don't know too much about Hunico. So
Yeah, I mean, we only got to see one showing from Hunico. Not as fast as Mystico. He tried to do.
He tried to do spots that were reminiscent of what Mystico might do, where it would make sense for him and within his ability. But he's not the same guy. He can't.
Yeah.
He's not. He's not.
It
gonna
was
do
highly noticeable.
Yeah.
They said even on SmackDown, Booker T saying,
Right.
"Oh, it looks like he's put on a few pounds and turned it into muscle." And
Yeah, I really like that they tried to do that at least,
Yeah.
instead of just not mentioning it and just letting it go.
Yeah.
Well, even though it came off hokey, I'm kind of glad they went that route.
But the question is if next week they let Mystico do Sin Cara, how will they explain
I
that?
have no
I
idea.
guess that wasn't working out for him,
Or
so he dropped
he hit
the
the
weight.
sauna. He
Yeah.
also
or
that water-
Mystico can do Hunico.
I'm not bagging on Hunico, but I prefer Mystico.
Yeah, in fact, we did do a poll this past week or at least over the weekend, over what our fans thought. Which Sin Cara do you support, Hunico or Mystico? Mystico getting the majority, 30 votes to 6.
Ooh.
So yeah, Hunico not getting the full support. But then again, like I said, it has only been one showing, so maybe give it some time, see where it goes from there. So thank you, Ali, for that question. Going on into our YouTube questions. To submit your question there, go to YouTube and search WNS Video. There you can go to our profile and, just leave your questions there. You can also listen to any of the previous episodes. Check out some of our zany videos, and we're going to have the debate.
Zany.
We're going to have some of the debates going on up there a little bit. So our first
I'm
question.
totally into this trade thing now.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. This is
Oh, we're
pretty
getting
good.
it done.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but yeah, the first question coming from VMA's Evolution asking, how would each of you book the main event scene from Royal Rumble to WrestleMania? You don't have to include current main eventers. You can use people you think would make sense. Also, if you need more time, feel free to take another week to think about it. Thank you.
See, I think we need it. If I'm going to answer that, I want to have a good one.
Yeah,
Maybe
you need to plan WrestleMania. What is it? Elimination Chamber in between, and then Mania.
Then after that, I can plan TNA's Royal Rumble all the way to their WrestleMania, which are not called that. It's called something else. I'll let you know later.
Okay.
No, your job is so much
Slammiversary.
easier because they don't even know what they're doing until they show up and they just pick whatever.
Like they
You
just-
can do yours now.
Okay, so we'll take some time and think about it.
You
and we'll-
book your whatever to Bound for Glory. Is it not Bound for Glory? It is Bound for Glory.
Bound for
Bound for
Glory.
and
What is their first
Slammiversary? And
Slammiversary in January?
Nah, I have
thought
no
that
idea.
was,
I don't know.
Genesis.
Genesis maybe.
Yeah.
Unless they change the name.
McGillicuddy?
Genesis of the Nexus.
Yeah, there we go. So
Slap
yeah, we'll
nuts.
take some time and hopefully get that for you next week. Just send us a little reminder. Our last question for the night coming from Jessica Gould 34. I hope I said that last name right. Are there are there any professional wrestlers, WWE, Impact Wrestling, and Ring of Honor, who have some form of professional or martial arts background?
Yes.
And exactly how many, if you do not mind me asking very
Exactly
nicely.
how many I have no idea, but I can name off who I know that does have.
Okay.
I know Daniel Bryan's got a MMA background. He trains at Extreme Couture.
Mm-hmm.
I know that recently recently released Kozlov was like a Sambo champ
Yeah.
and had some kickboxing experience. D'Angelo De Niro had some boxing experience. Samoa Joe had some kickboxing experience in Japan, I believe.
Did
Who
CM
else?
Punk any?
CM Punk has like a karate or Muay Thai and like Kempo karate like background, I believe.
Doesn't, I could be wrong, Austin Aries or no?
I don't know. I know Davey Richards trains like Muay Thai and from Ring of Honor trains Muay Thai and like Brazilian Jiu Jitsu.
Me too.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Really?
You wanna-
Because we're about to make our own Daniel Bryan style videos where I sub you. This week, kids, we're gonna be doing the kick Tyler in the face. No, I'm just kidding.
No, he's not.
Man, who are we missing? I know there's tons. Obviously, Kurt Angle with the amateur wrestling background.
Jack Swagger.
Swagger with the
Swagger.
amateur wrestling background. I'm sure there are like tons. I just not.
Jeff Jarrett.
Santino Marella was a like judo champion, like legit in Japan.
Hey, did you get my joke, Jeff Jarrett?
I really loved all those segments. I thought they were awesome. That was like the last thing I enjoyed that TNA has done.
The double
God.
double J, double M-A. Yeah, very nice.
I don't know. I'm Blake. Help me out, Tyler. Big Show was a boxer for a while.
Mhm.
After he, yeah.
What about Jericho?
I don't know.
I
about
know,
that.
does Kyle O'Reilly have anything?
I would assume that. I mean, he's Davey Richards' protege, so I'm assuming he trains like Muay Thai and like
Mhm.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu style stuff because they have that really like MMA influence style.
Okay. So needless to say, there are quite a few
Yeah, I mean,
people out there who have the training. It's
A
just-
number we can never put a number on it because first of all, we don't know everyone, and like
Yeah.
2 million.
If you're interesting, just go to their Wikipedia page or something like that. Most of them have their background
my
trainings and
Wikipedia
stuff
page.
like that. To submit your questions, like I said, go to YouTube, WNS
Our
Video.
guest from last week, Adam Cole, had like a Kempo karate background and amateur wrestling background.
Nice
Go
guy.
back and listen to that. Nice guy.
Yeah, definitely.
Last week's episode. Check it out if you haven't listened yet.
Yes, definitely.
Also, before we go, someone has something to say.
No, I have something really to say, and it's
Before
not.
that-
It's not a joke about Daryl or whatever y'all are about to do. What I would really, and this is not even funny. This is like a call to arms to all our listeners. Completely serious. If you have friends that are interested or fans of professional wrestling that they don't listen to our show, just recommend us to them. Tell them to check us out. Show us our Facebook. Anything like that.
If you recommend a friend and they join our page, have them post on our wall your name, and we'll give y'all both a shout out.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
We'll
like,
say big thanks.
seriously, if there's no excuse, like because I think we do a pretty fairly good job of being entertaining and covering the week in wrestling. So if you have people that you're friends with that are interested in wrestling, just tell them to check us out. I mean, and if they're not into wrestling and they're into like baseball, then lie to them and tell them we're a baseball podcast.
Yeah, they'll
And
just
we'll
be
at least get-
surprised.
We'll at least get one hit out of it before. No, but seriously though, I mean, help us out. We're trying to do big things right now, and we need and we're trying to be interactive, and I think we do a good job of that.
Mhm.
And
We're growing.
Help us out, man.
we are growing.
Expect big things from us because we're on the rise.
Yeah.
And
We have some possible big things coming up in the works, and we want to get that out to the people.
right.
So we'll have
And
to.
we're not
see.
asking for anything crazy. Just hey, check them out. If you don't like it, then you don't like it.
Yeah,
It's free.
that's understandable.
they're not going to waste anything other than time.
Yeah.
What do you have to lose?
Now do your Daryl joke or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, do the Daryl joke.
Okay, go ahead, Daryl.
She's got to do it. She's got to do
Daryl?
it. Just one time.
You talked to
One
Ben.
time. Just one time. Just one time.
It's one time.
Just one time.
Okay, she's not gonna do it.
Boo!
Boo!
Sleep in my house. Submit your questions. Go to YouTube, WNS Video. Also, check us out on Facebook by searching WNS Podcast, or find us on Facebook by searching WrestlingNewsSource.com. Go to WrestlingNewsSource.com for all your wrestling info. Also, make sure to subscribe to us on iTunes. I can't stress that one enough. Search Wrestling News
And leave
Source
a review.
Podcast. Yeah, leave a review. Subscribe
Tell
to
us what you think.
You get updated as soon as the show is
You don't
online.
even have to think about it. It just
Yeah.
goes right to your iTunes.
Exactly. It's just like that.
You
Very
don't even
quick.
have to remember.
Very good stuff. Go up there. And
To follow us on Twitter, it is at WNS Podcast. And for the main site, WN Source.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Dead air. Come on.
All right. Try to get her to do it one more time. Just shout it. Just shout it.
That doesn't work.
Shout, don't lick it. Damn it. All right, we'll catch
I'm
you
Doug.
on-
Bye.
For the podcast crew,
just
I'm
kidding.
Daniel Herron.
I'm A-Bear.
Oh, I'm Doug.
And we will catch you all next week.
Bye.